Hey guys, it is May 9th. I'm about to mark my calendar, and on my calendar it is April 19th. That is the day this video was actually recorded. Bailey and I are sitting here, and we're going to watch the video with you, and we're going to talk to you through the video. Bailey's asleep, and she's snoring, so if you hear any snoring, that's what it is, or any funny sounds. Also, the people that live next to us have a new puppy, and they have it outside right now trying to, I guess, potty train it. And it's yapping, yapping, yapping because it wants to go back inside. So if you hear any little yapping, 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 it's their little puppy. So anyway, why are we doing a voiceover on this video? Well, I'll tell you. This video was originally a process video. The original video was about 2 hours long. The edited version that I was going to give you was about an hour long, where I described what I was doing and showed you the process. When I tried to upload this video, it went from my program up to YouTube just fine. It took about, I don't know, 45 minutes to almost an hour to upload it though, which is unusual. But I'm in a new location, so it may be that. I'll explain all that later. Once YouTube got a hold of the video, it would process it, and that took a long time. But it would get to 95% and stop. And it stayed on 95% for hours. And the first time it did it, I thought, well, maybe it's just hung, something's wrong, I don't know, I'll do it again. So I did it again. And this time I left it run all day. At 95%, it stayed at 95% all day. That's just not normal. So I tried one more time. I did some tweaking on the video and a little bit more editing, and I tried again. Well, this time I left it up all day and all night, and it stayed at 95% still. So I just don't have time to keep trying to fuss with the video and trying to get it to work. So I took the video, deleted it off of YouTube again, stopped all the processing. I brought it back to the editing program, and I've now turned an hour process video into a 15-minute fast forward, speed through, voiceover video. So I'm sorry about that. For those of you who like process videos and longer videos, I was trying to do that for you, but it just won't work on this one. Those of you who like shorter videos will probably be happy. You'll like that because it's shorter. I try to do a variety for everybody. I try to do short ones, long ones, process, non-process, just a variety so that everybody's happy, which, you can't make everybody happy. That's become very apparent. But a lot of you are very pleasable, so I try to do that for you. Anyway, the reason I went ahead also and made this a voiceover and a fast forward video and didn't have time to edit more is because I've got a lot going on in my personal life. I was in South Florida. I'm now back in Tennessee. I'm not going to go into all those details or anything, but in the very last video that I pre-recorded for you, I will mention it again. I'll mention that I'm moving, and that's because at the time I was pre-recording, I was still in Florida. So it'll be repeated again in the last video that I upload that I pre-recorded. I'm back in my old house, and I'll be back in my old art room once it's set up, but I've got some painting to do and things around the house to be done. So it'll be a while, so things are going to be a little bit of, disheveled, disheveled, not right until everything's back into order. So far, what you've seen about this video is that I took a picture that I had on my phone and I sketched an image onto this canvas. The canvas is a wood canvas. It's like an old weathered wood, like from a barn type canvas. And I got it from AC Moore or Hobby Lobby, someplace like that. And I thought it would be perfect for this because what I did on this canvas was my doll design that's named Oatmeal. She's a bunny that I call Oatmeal. And the picture you saw in the beginning of the video showed you the actual fabric doll design that I made, several of them. There were 3 of them sitting together, I think. I have a basket full of them that I still have left. I never sold them. I just made them and gave a few away and kept the rest. So now somebody's mowing. It's mow day every day in this neighborhood here in Rockville. It's a beautiful, beautiful neighborhood. I love this neighborhood. And there's a lot of houses that have their yards, really nicely kept. And so every day somebody mows. It doesn't matter what day of the week it is. Somebody's going to mow. It's funny. Anyway, so Oatmeal was originally designed in fabric. She was created on muslin, with muslin, and painted on, and stained, and sandpapered and made into a little bit of a primitive looking whimsical bunny. So back when I created my doll designs years ago, I had thought that I would eventually paint them onto a canvas, and I never got around to it. So this is the first one I've ever brought to canvas, and I picked Oatmeal because she's my favorite. Of all the dolls I've designed so far, I really love her. And so I sketched her onto this canvas, and I was thinking at the time, if I remember correctly, that I was going to try to make her look like she was sitting in a meadow. But I didn't sketch her very well. I didn't do a good job making her look like she was sitting. It looked like she was laying flat or being hung in midair. So um, I brought in the big bunny shape to kind of connect her and give her something to, I don't know, ground with. So now she looks like she's either um, being carried through the meadow or just hanging from, her mom's arm or whatever. And I like it better that way, but I never bonded with the big bunny. I think because you can't see her face, but that's okay. You get the idea of what she is or who she is. Later in the video or toward the end of it, I do like her. I like her well enough, but she's not my favorite part of the canvas. I love the background on this canvas, and I love the actual Oatmeal doll herself on this canvas. That's my favorite parts. What I'm doing now is working on the background, and I took a sponge from, like a regular kitchen sponge that you can get real inexpensive from your different stores that you shop at, and I cut a shape that I liked, and I'm just dipping it in paint and putting it on the canvas. I've gone around my images with my Stabilo pencil and probably sealed that in already. That book is my extra paint book. If you're new and haven't seen it, I throw extra paint and things in there that I don't want to throw away, like I finished cleaning off that sponge in my book. And eventually I'll create some pages in that book. I think the book's full, so we need to start working on that soon. And then I painted in the clothes and the face and, all that stuff on the bunnies. And now I'm working on the flower stems, and I'll be doing some detailed work on the flowers and some scribbling and writing and stuff like that. We're already into May. Like I said, it was May 9th when I recorded this voiceover. I have not done my mission inspiration yet. I hope to be able to get to it, but I don't have an art room set up. It'll have to be makeshift for a while until the painting's done and all my things from Florida are brought back up. All my furniture is down there. I have not done my May calendar page, which I really want to do. If I do anything at all, if I makeshift and do anything at all, it'll be that, because that is really important to me. I love doing the calendar pages. That's one of my favorite things to do. I'm way behind on my mixed media morsels pages, so once I get some time, I'll catch up on those and probably just do a video and show you the pages. I probably won't create them on video for you. It really depends on what my timing is on housework and things that are being done around here. So we'll see how that goes. Bailey's snoring, snoozing away on the couch. She's so cute. She's so happy. I think she likes being back in Tennessee, because in Florida, when we would go outside and go for walks or go to the bathroom or whatever she had to do out there, she'd walk out and she'd sniff around and she'd do her thing, and we'd take our little walk, and she sometimes would walk with me fine, and other times she'd be pulling me like she wanted to go back to the house. And but she just sort of did her business and she'd run back to the house. Well, here, when we walk outside, I can't even hardly get her in the grass. She wants to smell every little inch of the driveway. Then she gets to the road and she wants to smell all the road. I get her in the grass, she wants to smell all the grass. I try to take her in the backyard, and she just wants to smell everything. And we went on a walk the other day around the neighborhood, and this is a really, really pretty neighborhood. It's a really nice neighborhood to live in. It's very peaceful, very quiet, except for mowing. There's a lot of mowing going on. But it's a very pretty neighborhood to walk in, and she just had a ball. She loved it. She was just happy to be on her walk. So I think she's really happy to be back in Tennessee. I'm happy to be back in Tennessee in my house. I missed my house. I missed my art room. I love my art room. I can't wait to get it set back up. And once it's set back up, I will try to do another room tour. I've done one for you. It was a rather quick tour before I unpacked my room. But I plan to put it back a little differently if I can. I'm thinking about putting it a little differently. And even if it's not different, I'll probably just give you an updated room tour because the one I did for you before was kind of fast. It was kind of rushed because it was a requested video, and I just was really trying to accommodate the person before I packed my room. Well, packed my room up. I didn't unpack it. I pulled it down from where it was. Y'all know what I mean. Tore down my room. So when I get my room set back up again, I'll do another room tour. I'm distressing Mama Bunny's clothes. I didn't like the way they were, so I'm putting some little marks on there and some paint and just playing around with it. I'm going to put some cheeks on the bunny now, and the leftover paint on my fingers I'm going to add into the canvas. And I think at this point I was close up, and I forgot to zoom back out, so you didn't see a little bit of it. All you missed was a few marks of red paint from my finger going down the canvas. And then I remembered and pulled it back out again. And then I'm going to paint her little button in the middle of her apron. And I had cut out a heart for the video I loaded before this one. And I'm going to use it on this canvas. I really like the heart shape. And I'm going to give her a focal point that I like. It's just kind of an unexpected thing, a huge, huge heart. I love to do that kind of stuff on my paintings and stuff. Do something that is odd. I love funky, odd, whimsical, primitive looking things. I just love the sketchy, scribbly look. I think the person mowing is like several houses away and it's so loud. They're going to come right in my window. And the houses here are not close together. I mean, they're not far apart, like far, 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 far apart, but there's a nice distance between the houses. It's comfortable. There's room. It's not like these communities where everything's built on top of each other and you're like right outside each other's door, like the one in Florida. The rental we went in Florida was a very, very nice house. Beautiful pond to look out on, lots of beautiful nature to look at. But the houses were very close together, and it took me a while to get used to that because I was not used to that. Anyway, now I'm tapping the sides of the canvas because I'm thinking and I'm trying to figure out what to do next. What to write. I think I was trying to figure out what to write. I like to write words. One of my favorite words to write on canvas is my name. I didn't do that on this canvas. I don't think I wrote my name. I love to write my favorite number, which is 9. I also like 7 and 2, but 9 is my favorite. I like to write things, like on the hearts, I wrote a little message. And I've already done it, so you'll have to refer back to it if you want to see me do it again. But I just wrote in the heart, and I actually, when you see me writing anything on my canvases, I am actually writing something that's real. I'm writing something that's on my mind, or I'm writing something that I wanted to say, or get out of my system, or whatever. It is real. Most everything I write is positive. I enjoy writing positive things into my canvases. If I'm writing something negative, it's something for myself that I'm keeping in a journal page, and I write it to get out frustration, then I paint over it and cover it, and you don't even read it, and you never see it again, and then I'm happy by the end of the canvas. But anything I write is usually written to where it's not able to be read later, even though it's positive. I don't want my stuff to be read. I want it to be there, and I want it to be seen sometimes or not seen, but I don't want it to be read. So I won't be able to come back and read this later because I won't be able to understand what the words are because it's so scribbly. But as I write it, at the time I'm writing it, it's actually a written message. And if I'm giving something away and I write something, it's usually a positive message for that person, something positive and uplifting, even though they can't read it, or maybe they can't even see it. Maybe it's hidden behind paint, but it's there. And this is just slow motion. We're at the end of the video, 15 minutes and 3 seconds, and we've got a few more seconds left. I'm just showing you the background. I'm showing you close-ups of the scribbling and the words and the letters, and I really enjoyed doing this. This was a lot of fun, and I can't wait to do more of my designs on canvas. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, even though I wasn't able to give you the process like I intended to do, and that you're having a great week. And I want to thank everyone who's here for watching, and thank you for subscribing. Those of you who have come along that are new, welcome. And those of you who have been with me for a while, thank you. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you again soon. Have a great week and a great weekend, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.